people kind of talk a lot about the question, and I'm like, well, actually, I care more about what's in the stimulus, because if I understand the stimulus fully, it doesn't really matter what the question is. So I think that just being able to have a handle on that, and you talk about method of reasoning. I guess my next question would be, how do you break down the method of reasoning? Is that like the diagramming? Is that how you do it, or is there something else involved?
It's not really about diagramming to me. It's logical reasoning. Most questions types don't really benefit from diagramming because most of it's informal logic or inductive reasoning rather than deductive, where you have formulas and conditionals.
Okay. So if I'm reading the stimulus, when I think of their method of reasoning, that's just more in general, what are their premises? What role do those premises play in supporting the conclusion? Things like that?
Yeah, so how do they go about making their argument? What are the underlying principles? And how is it possible for the evidence to be true, yet for the conclusion to not necessarily follow? So how can you problematize it?
Okay.
So when you're dealing with causal claims, it raises questions. Well, what about alternative possibilities? What about alternative explanations? How can we know that the supposed cause is in fact the cause or the only potential cause? So I'm looking for real world engagement there. And that's not something diagramming can help you with. I find that students often over rely on diagramming as if it's going to unlock the answer, when in reality, you're simply converting every subject into a capital letter, but it may not really be getting you anywhere. And so that diagramming approach, I think, is more along the lines of a rote and simply blindly applying something you heard from somebody else without really thinking about, is this truly serving you? Thanks for tuning into the show. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already to be notified of new episodes as I release them. And feel free to reach out if you need anything at all as you move forward with your prep. I'm happy to help however I can. In the meantime, I'll wish you all the best and take care.